can't get used to. Obviously, you see they're sporting two different kind of blades. One has What's going on, everybody? Carlos here once again for Premier Cuts, and this time we are going to be doing the review of the Kemei 1986 Pro. This is a hard one because a lot of people really hoping that for some reason I really like this machine. But to be honest, I think there's better machines out there. So let's get right into this video. Well, like I said, there are better machines out there, but we're gonna talk about some of the good and bad when it comes to the 1986 Pro, the KM 1986 Pro. Now, in my opinion, I don't have the clipper on my hand, or it's back in the barbershop, but there's some things like this first cut. I just used this for the first time. It's different. It's definitely different compared to the original 86. The build is very similar, but just I don't know, it feels a little awkward holding it at first. Nothing that you can't get used to. Obviously, you see they're sporting two different kind of blades. One has a rage blade, and the other one's a flat blade. So, like I said, it's the first cut, so we're gonna find out exactly how good it is. Now, as you see, I had a lot to say when it came to the blade. I was trying to get used to it, and it got to a point where I had to do this. So it's been about a week since I've been using this guy right here. I'm not a fan of this blade it comes with. It just doesn't cut very well. So I picked up this guy right here. Anyways, I bought some blades. This is a blade I usually put on, flat blade, fade blade. And I'm gonna swap this out and see how it cuts there. Also say that it feels very bogged down. So hopefully by changing the blade, I'm gonna get better results. But right now, I'm not too happy with the results of cutting with this guy. So let's change out this blade. So in the midst of changing the blade, it definitely gave me a completely different cutting experience. So off the back, I'm not a fan of the blade it comes with. Unfortunately, it doesn't suit a professional work environment in a barbershop, but for home use, it should be more than adequate. It does cut, it does give you a pretty solid blend, but it just missed the mark as far as being technically sound when cutting in a professional environment. So for home use, people who are just getting it, yes, it's better when you change the blade. I had a completely, totally different experience, and this is one of the things why I say this doesn't feel like a pro model. Now, this states that it's 25% more powerful, and I can easily say that how can I say that this is 25% more powerful than what? Than the originals? Because honestly, I don't feel that power. It says it's sporting a 2200 milliamp hour battery. The originals were a 25. So again, you know, how can this be considered pro if the battery life isn't as good as the original? Not that it doesn't last as long, because it's just a little bit underneath, but these are the things that I just think marketing wise, they came out realizing how good the 1986 were really selling, that they decided to find one and slap their name and call it pro. And honestly, I didn't buy it. So it is what it is. Those are things you have to think about. And I'm glad I got to spend time with it. It's still a good machine. I'll probably keep this one at home, and when I do my kids' hair, if I'm at home, I could do it there. I can bring down my beard, do things like that. So yeah, this lighting is crazy, right? I think that, and this is something a lot of people have been asking me, I think the original 1986 are more of the pro model versus this one being more of the lower end model. Build quality is fantastic. I definitely think it's at a great build quality. But with that build quality, it does feel like the actual motor is being a little bit more restrictive. I don't know if you can understand what that means, but when you turn on the machine, it just doesn't feel as powerful. And with the original blade, it also doesn't feel like it cuts as good as the original 1986. Now, for those who really want to know, yes, I will be doing a comparison video between the two. But as you see, where I'm leaning towards, I'm already leaning more towards the original 1986 or the 86Z, whatever model. It's the same machine. I don't know why they have so many different quote-unquote variations of it. It's the same machine. As far as these guys, I think they do offer a lot when it comes to portability, being a wireless clipper. Battery life is just under the original 1986s, so it's a fantastic battery life. The display, love the readout. It's got a lot going for it. As far as the actual ergonomics of the machine, it is very front heavy. A lot of the weight has been pushed to the front, which doesn't give it the best balance when you're using it. As you see in some of these clips, I asked the opinion of some of the other barbers what they thought about this machine. So take a look.
I don't like I do like it, but I don't like the housing. I think it's a really cool clipper, but for some reason it does feel weird in my hands, like the housing on it.
Feels kind of like top heavy, right?
Yeah, it's bulk. Like, I feel like it's bulky, but it's not the right type of bulky. I don't think you necessarily want a clipper that, like, just look at the shape of it. It doesn't have like those nice curves that some of the other clippers have, where it feels more, it feels better in your hands. This one, so I'm not really a big fan of this clipper. I love how it sounds, and I love how
the build quality.
The build quality and everything like this feels super superb. But I'm not a big fan of this clipper, and I'm gonna be honest, it feels like it's kind of strong.
Yeah.
You know, this clipper to me feels like it would cut through wet hair like crazy because of how the blade, it feels like the blade is actually moving slower than some of the other Kemei clippers that I've touched in my life.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm not the biggest fan.
So there you go. That's their opinion and what they feel and how it feels in their hand, their first impression. A lot of them did take the chance to cut with them. Some of them didn't. It's okay. It's just sometimes, especially other barbers, we have the tendencies to use a lot of machines. So it doesn't take us a long time to really know, this doesn't really fit me. This fits me perfect. In this case, I'll be honest, this will not be in my, this will not make my rotation on my barber setup. It just doesn't. I think I have other clippers that perform a little bit higher, a little bit more consistent. But as far as home use, I think these are very good, especially for the price for home use. There's not too much I have to say about it. As far as negatives, I think I've kind of spelt it out. The ergonomics are not fantastic. Build quality is fantastic. Battery life is great. Love the fact that, you know, it comes with a USB, so you can stick it on any, you know, USB wall socket you want, and you can charge it internationally and whatnot. That's one of the things I think it's really good. As far as durability, it's lasted me, but I'll be honest, after a couple of weeks of using it, I just decided to put it down. I was favoring other machines more. So for me, I think this is really good for home use, not so much for shop use, in my opinion. Now, again, guys, I'm not spitting out gospel. If you guys like this machine and it suits you, that's great. I'm just talking about my experience with it. And overall, I have to say, It's a solid machine, just not the kind of machine that I will use in my day-to-day use. Guys, hopefully you like this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I've spent several weeks with this guy. I've really gotten to know the things that I like and dislike about it. Overall, I think it's a good machine, but like I said, it's not something that is gonna be in my roundup. Yeah, there goes this video. Listen, I also have to say, a lot of times you guys are, you ask me, when's this video coming out, when's that? When I don't put a video about a certain machine, it's really because two things. One, I'm super busy with other things going on in my life. And two, you gotta remember, I like to take time when it comes to these machines. I like to really get to know them. There's been a lot more people all of a sudden starting to look at these machines, and I have to say it's pretty, I'm not gonna say embarrassing, but it's pretty sad the fact that they use them for less than a week, give you their opinion and tell you it's a review. And I think that they're missing out on a lot, because a lot of stuff can happen within a week or two. So take that into consideration. I'm always gonna give you my unbiased opinion. They did send this out to me, but that's not gonna change how I feel about these machines. If I get more in the future with other companies, it's gonna be the same way. I'm gonna give you my brutally honest opinion, and regardless if it's gonna affect me in any way, I don't care. I'm just giving you my experience. And that's why I like to take my time with these videos. That's why a lot of times when you see the unboxing videos, it's because I tend to do the unboxing. And probably at the time I was probably using it for a week or two already. So know that I like to spend time with these machines and really get to know them before I give you my opinion. I think a lot of you guys understand that. But there are a lot of new subscribers that are coming to me asking me, when is this video gonna drop? When is that video gonna drop? So I just wanted to let you guys know my routine and what I like to do with it and how I like to review these machines. I think a lot of you guys honestly respect that, and that's why the channel is growing. I could be like other channels and just try to throw these videos up as quick as possible just to be one of the first to get it in my hand and put a video for YouTube, but honestly that's not my goal. My goal is to give you honesty. My goal is to give you the truth, and regardless if this is good or bad, I'm just gonna tell you how it is. So hope you guys enjoy that content. Hope you guys understand. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like, and till the next video, I will see you around. Later.